Alright, one of the first things you're going to need when you're thinking about going fishing and taking one of your buddies fishing is just a regular small octopus hook and a bobber. And of course, with those two, you need a rod and reel. This is a spinning reel, open faced. It's got a bail. Eyelets go down with the reel. There's no thumb grip. A lot of people make the mistake and they'll have a bait casting rod with a spinning reel. This is nothing special, it's just a Shakespeare. I got some braided line on it. Line doesn't really matter too much when you're first starting to fish, because if you're going to fish for bluegill, they don't really see line anyway. You just toss a hook in there and they'll bite whatever's there. Alright, so again, hook and a bobber. Go over real quick on how to put a bobber on some line here. You hold your thumb down on this bottom hook, push the top down like so, thread the line through, push the top down, bottom opens up, thread the line through, and there you have a bobber attached to some line. Alright, now we gotta tie this hook with this line. Simple. Weave it right through. Do like 5 twists. The first, hold on, I'll start over again. Alright. So, okay, that'll be better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now you should maintain the space to your first loop. Weave it right back through, like so. And then the new loop you just created, put the line right back through it. Tighten it down while you can get it wet. Pull it in all directions. And there you go. Nice and tight. Of course, if you want, you can just snip this off with some fingernail clippers. These aren't very good. There you go. Alright. I'm going to tie a bobber on there, start a worm, you're part of a worm, you'll catch some bluegill, take your kids out, have a blast. Alright, now we're going to get into different varieties of fishing. So there's top water, mid water, and the bottom of the water. Bottom of the lake, pond, whatever you're fishing. So what we have here is a topwater frog. It's weedless, tied on just like the hook, same thing, direct connect. And it just floats on the water and has the presentation of a frog jumping on some lily pads. Now this is obviously primary for bass fishing. Pike probably hit it, muskie too. But yeah, that's that. Alright. And then this is another top water bait. It's a popper. When you pull it, there's little gill plates in there. You can see them. They splash water to either side. And it's got a rooster tail on it too. open treble hooks. This is not weedless, so you're fishing this in a high vegetated area. This is going to get snarled up pretty good, and you'll be pulling a lot more weeds than you will fish. This is good for outside of the pads or right where there's an open clearing. Toss this in there. There's more advanced fishing techniques you can use with this, like walking the dog, where you poles and it pivots 180 degrees each direction. There's a rattle ball inside there, which gets the fish real excited. Because as everyone knows, bass have a lateral line that run from nose to tail, and it senses pressure disturbances in the water. So a lot of reaction strikes will just come from a bait moving next to them, or something with a rattle inside of it, or a feeding fish, or any kind of fish in like an erratic stress. We get fish to attack it. So if you can mimic a fish in stress, then you're going to catch yourself some fish top water. Alright, so we've covered top water. So now we have mid-water. Alright, so this is a square bill crankbait, as you can tell by the square bill on it. You tie it down to the nose right here. Again, open treble hooks, which are 3 hooks. Now, why this is a mid-range fishing lure is when you reel it in, the nose here will dive down and cause the lure to swim at a various depth. Now, when you buy these lures, the packaging will say the depth. I'm pretty sure this is, I don't know, 5 to 3 feet diving depth, because the bill's not very big. The bigger the bill, the deeper it dives. And usually you want to get them to represent the kind of bait fish you have in your water. And here is a rattle trap. Now, or a lipless crankbait. Now all this does is when you pull it through the water, it just swims. It'll sink by itself. So if you don't have any action to it, it's going to sink right to the bottom and snag you up with some weeds. So be a little more careful with these. Again, you don't want to fish with these in high weeded cover areas because they have open treble hooks, and they'll get you caught up on everything that's in that lake or pond. Alright, before you know it, you're pulling in whole weeds, or you're losing your lures because you weren't thinking about the heavy vegetation that you had in your area. So again, this is for more off rock piles or something with no weeds. These make a lot of noise and you bounce them off rocks. This square bill bounces real good off rocks and causes reaction strikes with bass. And now we have bottom of the water. Alright, so bottom of the water fishing is really good because you can leave the presentation in one spot for a long period of time and do little jerks to it to try to entice a strike. So you cast this is a jig with a red and black skirt on it. So you cast it out there and a bass will nose down to it and unsure if he wants it or not. Jig it around a little bit, bass wants it, jig on it some more, and the bass might strike. Alright, so what this is, it's a little weed guard. So when you're pulling it through structure or through weeds, it's supposed to guard the hook from getting stuck on weeds, alright? But if a bass bites it, the hook is still going to set. So jigs are real versatile, real easy to use. Usually stand straight up on the bottom just like this, and you can accompany it with a trailer, which I have one right here. It's a Zoom Flute, or Zoom, what is it? Custom Bait Watermelon Red Chunk Jr. These are real awesome. Just meant to look like a crawfish. Nothing crazy. So this thick chunk part right here, all you do is thread it around to the hook, just like that. And as you pull it through the water, these little craw claws will wiggle about and try to entice a fish. And it gives a really big presentation. So usually if you use a jig or you have a big trailer, you get bigger bass. Alright. Now what we have here is something really easy to do. You can use with any soft plastic you have. It's going to be like a Texas rig. Alright. Now we have a bullet weight and a hook and some line. Now with this, it's really easy. That's all you gotta do. Just thread your lure on there. You go right into the butt, about 1/4 of an inch. Pull the hook back out. Slide it all the way up. Turn it around. Find out where the hook's going to present itself. Should be right out the nose. Scrunch it up. Alright. You want it similar to this. There we go. Alright, so the hook is going to be in line or in stream with the bait. So again, it's like 80% weedless. And you tie your line down right here. But before you tie your line on, you slide one of these bullet weights on there. And what this does is it'll sit right at the edge of the hook. So it's going to have weight to it. It's going to bring it down to the bottom. Similar to a jig in style. Weight with a hook on it, but this weight can't come off. Weight with a soft plastic. Any soft plastic you have, worms, creature baits. This is a crawfish. Lizards work well. Anything that's a soft plastic lure you can get at your local bait shop. Just throw it on there, weedless. Toss a bullet on there, and before you know it, you can toss anything you want, Texas rig style. Alright, that's going to conclude it up for this fishing video for today. It's my first video on YouTube. So go ahead and subscribe, spread the word, tell your friends, and leave a comment down in the comment section on what we should do with this channel, and any videos you want to see in the future, or give us a cool idea for a channel name. I also got a buddy in Missouri. He's going to help out making some videos. So take care. See you next time.